opponents. Our officials fourth by Miara O'Neal. Here we go from Exact Tech Arena. Texas wins the opening tip. Longhorns, one of the most efficient teams by field goal percentage in the country. 5th nationally, 3rd in the Southeastern Conference. Harmon. This 2 is just short from Jordan Lee. Pulled down on the board by Booker. First 20 for Texas. Ori Harmon, a great point guard. In the post, banks it in. Texas lifts the lid on the score. Getting that kind of production, oh so important. Starting 5 for the Gators. Davion Mendoudi making her 2nd consecutive start out of 3 total this year. Gators trying to get different looks in that starting lineup. Piatti between 2 down deep. Trying to find some real estate. O'Neal for 3. Count it!
Miara O'Neal, what she does for Florida with her ability to shoot the 3. Now Texas is going to have to come out. You see Dad in the house here today. She's coming to shine, but the way that she stretches the floor, shoots the ball from deep, Texas is going to have to guard her.
Whistle. And the offensive foul on Texas. So back to the Gators. Yep, Shaquille O'Neal in the building, 4-time NBA champ. Also DJ Diesel and his daughter lighting it up from deep. When they can get her scoring at all levels, it opens up the offense.
And it's a great inside-out game. You see they get the ball inside to the post Piatti, and then she kicks it right out to her fellow post player. And because if she's not there, now if they guard that out, Miara can dive to the basket for maybe a give and go.
A foul was on Brea Cunningham for Texas, her first, and the Longhorns first. Gators got off to a solid start against LSU. Big second half of the Tigers was the difference. Reynolds with 10. Going downhill, steps to the cup, too strong. And pulled down by Rory Harmon. Up tempo come the Longhorns. Harmon slings it to the corner. Lee stepped out of bounds. Back to Florida. A turnover for Texas. Their starting 5. Madison Booker, one of the best in the country. The All-American is a star.
Yeah, the All-American is a star. Believe you me, she's going to come out here and she's going to shine. She does it game in and game out. And if it's not scoring, it's something else. She's stepping up, rebounding the basketball. She's just a great leader for her team as well.
And Vic Schaefer, the head coach for the Longhorns, told us she's gotten just a little bit better at everything this year. She's really impressed all around with her game. Gators trying to extend their slim lead. McGill. Under 10. Trying to shake free of Harmon. O'Neal from the corner. This one's an air ball. And easy for Madison Booker to go retrieve. Reigning SEC Player of the Year. Harmon tried to wrap it around McGill. Knocked it out of bounds. It'll stay with Texas.
Both teams defensively are going to get after it because they like to turn teams over because they like to push the ball in transition. They like to get points off turnovers. That's really where a lot of offense thrives, especially for the Florida team, but Texas likes to do it as well. On a drive to the basket, just a step late, the nice step through, uses the body around, gets a second foul on a player for Florida. That's, you're gonna have to see the bench, Layla Reynolds. They want her on the floor, so that's gonna affect, I think, the way Florida plays a little bit offensively with Layla Reynolds' ability to score. It's a great take by Booker.
He's had double figures in 3 straight games. Texas gets the board after the miss. Harmon open for 2. Off the mark, Jade Weathersby gets it on the second try. Still a tie game despite the N1 opportunity. McGill looking for Piatti, too tall for the 6'4" center.
A good look, but that's just out of the reach. Got to bring the pass down just a tad bit, I think, for her to be able to catch it and go right into it. Like the idea, just got to bring the pass down a little bit, but Florida looking to attack quick in the offense.
Rory Harmon broke the career assist record at Texas a few games back against South Carolina. Carlton through traffic and past Piatti for the 2. Justice Carlton comes through. Former McDonald's All-American for the Longhorns. McGill going downhill. Ran into trouble, and a pass winds to the sideline. Was looking for Weathersby. Florida turns it over. So
the double comes, so Jade Weathersby's kind of cut to the basket. Liv McGill tries to go behind her back, but Jade had already left. That's a turnover for Florida that they're probably going to want to get back.
And they're third in the last 90 seconds. Meanwhile, after a 6-0 Gator run, that's 6 unanswered for Texas. Booker, too strong, can't extend it. And Booker had the final touch, so Florida will have the basketball. Gators, couple of big threes. Texas doing what you expect them to do. That's get the shots inside. Move in transition, they attack the paint. So far, that's shown. McGill for three. Just out of the cup. Would have been Florida's third. Skip pass. Wasting no time. Lee got blocked. Liv McGill showing off her defensive prowess, and she lost the basketball. And it's a Florida turnover, their fourth in just over 2 minutes.
That's something that Florida's going to have to clean up. If you're Texas, that's exactly what you want. You want to turn this Florida team over. You don't want to allow them to get those transition pushes. So if you can get a transition turnover, that's even better for Texas.
Gators couple of three-pointers. Otherwise, they've not had much to speak of offensively. They've gone cold over the last couple of minutes. Booker looking for Oldacre, intercepted by Miara O'Neal. Gators on a 3-on-1. O'Neal rejected by Booker. Great recovery by the Longhorns. Florida scoops it up. To the corner, open again. Menduti off the heel. Booker the board. And a whistle away will be an inbound.
O'Neal took a little bit of a hit on the layup, I think, when she fell to the ground. Still down for Florida.
Course of the play, Miara O'Neal's pretty shaken up.
Transition, you see the block by Booker when she comes down, just steps a little bit funny. Good to see her up.
Probably a good thing. I'll let you know at 9 o'clock, but otherwise they watched a lot of film, worked on what they felt like were some of the miscues against South Carolina and LSU. Lee can't turn the corner, go to Booker. Booker on the screen. Lee almost lost it with 10. Jordan Lee nearly lost it again. Booker backs out of it with 5. Madison Booker around, turned away by O'Neal. Texas gets it back and puts it in.
Monster block, but Texas is able to get the rebound off the block and get 2 points.
And Menduti turned it over. That's Florida's 5th of this first quarter. Harmon got fouled on the baseline.
Rory Harmon just so good. Gets the ball and goes up the floor quickly, but knows where she wants to go. She gets the foul call. She pulls it out if the numbers aren't there. Just so aware. Her court awareness is just so high.
First on Kenesha Godfrey. Oldacre gets open, draws a foul. She's going to the line for one more. Texas, I think it's 8 unanswered over the last, rather 10 unanswered over the last 3 minutes.
This underneath out of bounds, you see the screen and then just a screen the screener, and Florida gets caught when you're behind. That's just a foul. You don't really want to make that foul. She's wide open. You got caught on the screener play. Just give them the 2, don't get that extra foul.
Kyla Oldacre, a vet transfer from Miami, hits the heel, and Florida picks up the board. Gators have not scored in 3.5 minutes. This offense has gone ice cold after a couple of big early threes. McGill, 3.5 in the first.
That's a really good pass off the rebound. They didn't even know Miara O'Neal was down low. Texas heads were all on Liv McGill, and she makes a nice one-handed pass for an open 2 points.
Booker wheels in and through 2, guides it to the net.
Athleticism by Booker. You have to just enjoy watching her play. I mean, the way she gets there so smoothly.
McGill stretches around and can't connect, and Booker gets fouled in the paint. Madison Booker, 2-time Conference Player of the Year, once with the Big 12, once with the SEC. It's only the second time that's ever happened in Texas. Ed Smith did it in '83-84, but man, she has been a baller through and through. You can see why she's winning the accolades.
Yeah, it's the hesitation, just a slight hesitation. It wasn't even that much. She just comes off of a little curl, keeps the ball in her hand, no screen. The help side comes, doesn't affect her at all with her ability to finish around the basket. She is just that good.
She's been excellent in SEC play, too. Her conference points per game are actually higher than her overall points per game. 19.5 is compared to 19 in the course of the season. And the one thing that Coach Schaefer said he's been most proud of is improving her defense.
And I think when you improve your defense, your offense goes up as well because you have that confidence. Hey, I can get a stop. If I make a mistake offensively, I can get back, get a stop, and then, I mean, she's just so good offensively. I mean, she knows she's got to step it up in SEC play. She increases her numbers there, but I mean, she wants the ball in her hands, and she knows what to do with it. She knows how to score, how to get herself open, how to get teammates open.
Well, to that point, the transition offense goes up. Her steal numbers have taken a big step. Madison Booker on the free throw. You bet. Texas a 16-8 lead in Gainesville. McGill drops the shoulder. Finds DeZecco, who's come off the bench. To O'Neal. It's 2. Count it. Mara O'Neal having a great start to this game. She's got 7 of Florida's 10 points. Maybe channeling some of that Shaq energy on the floor.
Texas does. They don't step up on Liv McGill, and she makes them pay from deep.
The Texas team that's been fairly good at defending the three. 4th in the SEC, opposing three-point percentage. Booker to Harmon. Back inside, Lee. Off balance, airballed it, and a shot clock violation by Texas.
Texas trying to say it got tipped. They don't get that call. Florida with a good defensive stop. Can they do something here on offense to perhaps tie this game? To keep this game competitive with the way that they play.
Finds O'Neal soaring down the lane, draws a foul. She'll head to the line for 2 shots off the block.
Florida, a team themselves, they want to have points in the paint. They want to attack the paint in transition. They want to attack it with their post players, in O'Neal, and into other players as well. But also, if you can hit the 3, it just makes it so much more difficult to guard because you have to go out on Florida's guards, who also are very good at getting to the rim off the dribble.
And Miara O'Neal will be a big factor in Florida's three-point game if it's successful. She's one of their best three-point shooters in conference play. This is just short and a little offline. Miara O'Neal, native of Houston, of course. They've loved her buy-in process, double figures, 4 of her last 5 SEC games. Drains the second, it's a 2-point game. Gators another 6-0 burst in 74 seconds of action. Carlton. Bounces for Booker. Feed inside Oldacre. Triple teamed and got tied up. Possession arrow favors Florida.
The timely double team comes in. They can't see. She can't see over it. Florida does a good job of closing that down.
Yeah, it's threw it away to Jordan Lee. Takes the extra pass. Florida turnover turns into a Longhorn opportunity.
Gonna have, I think, either a shot clock or a clock, but Lee, she saw that from the get-go. She kind of played off of it like a safety. I could see it coming. She ran right into the passing lane. Good awareness defensively by Lee to get that ball and get her team the possession back.
They'll give Texas 25 on the shot clock. Minute 03 left in this first quarter. They'll have to adjust that, but that's great defensive anticipation from the sophomore Jordan Lee, who Coach Schaefer said is one of the most improved players, if not the most improved player. Already more point production this year than all of last year. When you play good defense like that, you'll see minutes for that guy, Vic Schaefer. Clock's all sorted. William inbound for Texas. Harmon leaks around to take the trigger. Booker pulls up, and the J is an air ball. Carlton on the other end. Feeds Oldacre. And a travel down deep back to Florida. That's the 5th Texas turnover, rather their 6th. under a minute to go in the first.
Awareness by the freshmen. 2 players go with 1 for Texas. They go a guard out on the wing. The freshman slips right to the basket.
Harmon to lead back in front Carleton. 2-second difference, game clock and shot clock. Carleton. She double dribble. The 7th Texas turnover and a chance for Florida to take the lead before the horn.
You can see awareness by Liv McGill. The slip to the basket by the freshman Yitch. And just the awareness. Nice double team over on Liv McGill. You know she's crafty with the ball. She draws a lot of attention, but on the backside, there was a miscommunication defensively, and Yitch just slips right to the basket untouched.
Full court pressure from Texas. Shot clock is unplugged. McGill finds O'Neal for the lead. Drilled it! We slide to the second. Booker looking for the edge, intercepted by McGill. Florida searching for a big win. McGill in trouble. Piatti outside, DeZeko's triple off the mark. Soaring to it off the bench is Ashton Judd. Gators' last top 10 win was 2022 against Tennessee. Lobs it in, Oldacre. Back outside, Harmon. The drive and the fading J swirls out. Popcorning loose, Texas got it back. Ashton Judd retrieved it. Judd skips for Harmon with 10. Harmon.
Crozier, the rise above the defense, the pressure down, the shot clock's going down, and she just rises above and finishes such a smooth shot.
Nearly intercepted by Lee. DeZeko looking for O'Neal. Right idea, but offensive foul by Miara O'Neal. So the Gators come up empty on that possession. If you're Texas, how do you turn momentum back in your favor?
Well, if that was called on Miara O'Neal, that's going to be her second, so that's going to help with it. Because if you get Miara O'Neal out of the game right now, that's going to really help Texas with the way that she's playing.
I think your part that was Alexia DeZeko with her first foul, as you said. Lee twirls in and scores. A couple of great J's by Texas doing what they do best. McGill weaving around. Steps back, long 2 is just short. And 2 Longhorns in for the board. Oldacre gets it. Over the top, great pass, and the finish down deep for Judd.
What a great pass in transition by Booker. Judd runs the floor well, but Booker puts it where nobody else but her teammate can get it. That is just great court vision.
Longhorns back to a 3-point lead, trying to take the charge, no whistle, and an easy 2 for Liv McGill. Lee. Texas in some trouble, an 11-day layoff between their last game at home against Texas A&M. Lee's wide open, a great find by Harmon. It extends the Longhorn lead.
Great backdoor cut. Florida gets lost. There's no help side defense on the backside. Texas takes all the offense on the left and then gets a backdoor cut. Good steal by Harmon.
Bounce for Judd, and the steal turns into a 2-pointer. And a timeout by Florida.
You've seen it. A lot of times they're just pressing up. It's not necessarily to turn you over, but they get turnovers out of it, but they want to slow you down. They don't want to let you get those fast break points, especially Florida, who likes to push in transition. Another big 3 in the corner.
Alexia DeZeko drills it. Florida picks up their 5th 3-pointer. They're 50% from deep.
Yeah, and Florida's doing what they need to do right now. They're knocking down the 3-point shot, which can be a difference maker. When you turn the ball over a little bit, you get it back when you knock down threes. They're consistently hitting from behind the arc right now.
And a whistle and a foul. Man, when Florida gets their 3-ball going, they're right in games with top 10 teams.
And what does Liverpool do? She draws the defense in. Lee comes off of the three-point shooter in the quarter, ball side. Sometimes you don't want to do that when a team's that hot. She shows in, but you got to respect Liv McGill in the way that she can attack the basket and gets there so quickly. So they show a little bit and stunt, but Liv finds her teammate for an open three. It's great offense by Florida.
Kicked ball by Liv McGill. They're trying to make a play defensively. It'll stay with Texas. That prior foul was on Alexia DeZecco. That's her second. And Florida's second of the quarter. Harmon looking for somebody. Judd got tangled up. Liv McGill almost stripped it.
Texas
Longhorns will keep.
With some really good underneath out-of-bounds plays. Judd just kind of posts up underneath easily. You can see right there, she's got the inside position, but Liv McGill heads up, goes over, tries to get a hand on the ball, tries to tip it off of Texas, but Texas gets it back.
Booker got it. Off the window, won't go. Rebound, put back, yes, for Cunningham. Reynolds, McGill. Off the Weathersby screen, step back three, way off. Loose ball, Ezekiel had it for a moment, Harmon picks it up. Texas wasting no time, Judd off the glass and a blocking foul on Florida.
And Harmon's so good, gets the steal, just weaves in and out of traffic, right where she wants to go. She wants to go to the middle of the court, she gets there. And then she comes in there, gets her teammate open. Right here you see just a nice touch pass. Florida's out of position, tries to stay straight up, but it's the moving and creating the contact that gets that blocking call.
It'll put the transfer from Missouri, Ashton Judd, on the free throw line. It's her 10th appearance as a Longhorn. Crossed the 1,000-point mark in her time as a Tiger. And she drains the first. What's impressed you the most about Texas offensively?
I mean, I just think they stay calm. Even if the other team goes on a run, they find their openings, they run the offense well, they set really good screens and work off of each other. So if you're setting the screen, you got to watch for the slip because they see the court so well, they know where teammates are going to be, but the offensive sets and the way that they screen and respond.
And McGill will take it top of the key. McGill calling for a screen, gets it from Ezekiel. McGill pulls up for two. Dings out, popped around, and a rebound for Brea Cunningham. Quick in transition, Madison Booker soaring to the glass.
And you can see Florida, they're going to go ahead. Miara O'Neal's been on the bench. They're going to put her back in the game. She was the offensive production for them early in this game.
McGill in the mid-post. Tried to hook it in. Ricochets out. Back to Texas. Florida has gone a little bit cold offensively. As you said, though, Miara O'Neal coming back in the game, that's a game changer.
Yeah, I feel like the last couple of possessions, Florida's kind of forced the shots a little bit, not finding the open shot necessarily, working off of each other, but kind of force a couple. Now you have Miara back in the game. Miara O'Neal, who has 11 points for Florida.
Judd threw it away to Reynolds. Gators off the turnover. Reynolds will pull back. Tried to feed O'Neal, and O'Neal draws a foul. It's Brea Cunningham's second.
Cunningham trying to reach across, denying the ball, but reaches across a little bit too much. It's too much of the body and of the arm of O'Neal. Gets that foul call.
Second on Cunningham. And first by Texas in this quarter comes at 4:32. Gators have not had a bucket in 2 minutes. Trying to change that here on the inbound from Minduti. Skips for McGill. Twisting shot won't go. Second chance. Neither. Third time's a charm for Miara O'Neal.
And that's the importance of offensive rebounds to get your team second and third chance opportunities. The first one doesn't go, the second one doesn't go, but who's there? Miara O'Neal gets the rebound and the putback. What a night she's having.
Big difference maker is half of Florida's total point production. With 10, bounces for Booker. What a great find. That connection is one of the best in the SEC.
And that's, you know, where Texas is best. That's the offense that they really like. I mean, how pretty is that?
There's a reason she set the record for assists at the University of Texas as the second best assist to turnover ratio in the country, rather third best. O'Neal in the paint, off the window.
The hands, the catch in the left hand, switches it over to the right with contact around her. She finishes. Fine, feed her some more.
It's a great assist by Liv McGill.
Absolutely.
She missed a pass exactly like that to Piatti in the first quarter. She's in double figures well before the halftime horn. O'Neal had it knocked loose. Booker diving to the floor, picks it up. Great hustle by the Longhorns. Booker from the charity stripe, swirls out. Rebound Judd. Whips it outside. Harmon for two, drains it.
Offensive rebounds, another possession. No one picks up Booker. That's an easy shot for her. It comes off the mark. Judd's there, but then finds Harmon. And it's just the passing ability that Texas has.
Full court pressure from Texas. McGill. Whips it outside to the corner. Reynolds for three. Off the top of the window. Easy board for Judd. Booker. Outside, Lee. The shot's an air ball. Who touched it last? It was Oldacre. Back to the Gators.
Oldacre not able to grab that ball in. She wasn't aware. I don't think that wasn't ready for it to be an air ball. Thought it was probably going to come off the rim. That's when you're positioning yourself. Those are sometimes the harder ones to get because you think it's coming off the rim, so you're positioning yourself that way. That way, it comes off her hands. Florida gets the ball back.
If you're Vic Schaefer, you gotta love the response in the second quarter. 22-9. They've hit 5 of their last 7 field goals.
It's the focus and finish right now that Texas has been able to create this 10-point lead that they have here in the second quarter.
Longhorns shot 43% in the first quarter, not too shabby. Second quarter, Brittany, 71.5%.
So that's pretty good.
I think it's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Florida will get the inbound here. Davion Mendoudi will head to the baseline. Florida a 3-point lead entering the second. That is inverted quickly. Texas, their largest lead of 10. O'Neal. That's popped in the air. McGill got it back. And McGill, a 3-second violation, took too long.
Gets the tip ball, but then she holds it inside the paint too long, and it's a 3-second call.
How has Texas adjusted as this game has gone along?
I mean, I think they've just realized, hey, we've got to pick it up defensively. We've got to get some turnovers. We've got to score up those turnovers. But as Liv McGill almost gets one, it's just the confidence that they run through their offense. They get the shot that they want, the open shot. They make another pass to get maybe give up a good look for a great look.
Preston.
I mean, I'm finishing this.
Bulldozed through and scored. The Gators can play for the final shot of the first half. Texas is dominating the paint. 3-pointers have kept Florida in it. McGill finds O'Neal. This three draws the foul.
I think they called a tip.
Or rather, was tip, beg your pardon. It will stay with Florida with 9 seconds. Thought the contact drew it. Instead, it'll stay down on this end.
I was with you. I thought maybe a little hand contact got the foul. You heard the whistle blow, but they're going to say it's tipped out of bounds. Maybe a little bit too soon taking that. The closeout was really good for Texas. They knew the screen was coming. She set a screen, and they were screening the screener for a fade.
Gators have really struggled down the stretch of this first half. Quick feed, O'Neal with 9. Trying to body through. This is a foul. Miara O'Neal's going to the free throw line with 6.5.
That's a heads-up play by the sophomore. She knows, hey, I'm going to get in here. I'm shooting the ball well. She shoots the ball well from the free throw line. I'm going to create this contact. They're making those calls around the basket when the contact is made. So, I mean, I like the fact that she's attacking towards the basket. She doesn't settle for a fadeaway. She goes into the defense to draw the foul.
Miara O'Neal had a red-hot start to the game. 11 points in the first quarter. Has hit 4 in the second. That skims out from Miara O'Neal. Gators have gone a bit cold, but Shaquille O'Neal has got to be happy with what his daughter has done in this first half. I knew from a young age that she was going to be an outstanding basketball player. Inbound for Preston. Texas trying to add to their lead. Through traffic, Preston heaves it up, And just a bit off to the left at the end. About 75% from the field in the second quarter. This team's only taken 1 3 today. Booker. The All-American off the screen. Pulls up and puts in another 2-pointer.
She makes it look easy. I mean, there's defense right in her face, and she just makes it look so easy, so smooth. Just that mid-range game is on point.
Now in double figures, 21 of 22 games this year. To Piatti. Back to McGill. She'll drive. Out wide, O'Neal for 3. Got the foul. She'll head to the free throw line for 3 shots.
And that's what happens when you shoot the ball so well, like she did in the first half. You're going to have to come out and respond to that. So Cunningham comes out. She closes out too fast. Gets the hand on the extension. Ooh, a little touch foul on the hand. Stayed away from the body contact. I guess they're calling it right on the follow through.
Gators on the free throw line, 4 for 6. As Brea Cunningham, who just had the foul, will come out in place of Kyla Olaker. And O'Neal just a bit off on the first.
Yeah, and O'Neal, a player who, shoots the ball pretty well from the free throw line, coming in 76%. Has missed a couple here today.
Shaquille O'Neal enjoying a bit of popcorn, watching his daughter ball out. Her last game was at LSU, where his name was hung in the rafters. Sort of a full circle moment and an opportunity for Shaq to get out and watch his daughter play as O'Neal connects on the second.
So if you're Texas, you'll walk away with that happy, only giving up 1 point on a foul from a 3-point shot.
Harmon. Looking for Oldacre, kept it in play. Good ball movement. Under 10, Harmon. Pops free, and it rolls in. What a great sequence for Texas.
Yeah, well, what happened was Florida comes out, they go to a zone. And so Harmon sees it, she's patiently tries to get her offense set up, but then eventually falls back into her hands for 2 points. But Florida trying to throw out a little bit something different defensively there. Showing zone, slowed Texas down a little bit, but Texas still, of course, finds a way.
Gators went ice cold in the second half against LSU their last time out. Outscored 53-31 across the third and the fourth quarter. McGill, step back 3. That misses, and a whistle brings an end to the play. Back to Texas.
Book, I think, on Miara O'Neal down low. Oldacre battling for a rebound. I believe that's who they called the foul on.
It is on Miara O'Neal. That is her second. Texas, after trailing at the end of the first quarter, has gone right back to doing what they do. Their first game in 11 days. That's last touch by Texas, retrieved on the sideline by Carlton. Down the lane, Carlton weaves in and scores.
Carlton from half court just takes it herself. She's a lane to the basket. The defense fades away just enough. Doesn't cause the contact for a foul, but what a nice touch off the glass.
Piatti for 3. Count it. Back to a 13-point difference.
And the freshman for Florida steps up. Florida needed some points there, and plus they got it from the 3-point line. They need extra points right now to try to get back in this game against a very good Texas team.
Booker's open. This 3 off the heel. Just a second 3-point try by Texas and a foul. Back to Florida. There's been a lot of discourse around the Longhorns when it comes to 3-point shooting, but if you look at some of the previous national champions out there like Baylor, Texas, those kind of teams, you don't necessarily have to have that to win games, but Florida's knocking down some of their own runs.
Yeah, Florida's doing a really good job of drawing the defense in just enough to see enough light to hit that 3-point shot, and they're knocking it down right now, and that's really going to be what can get them back into this game in a quicker fashion if they can continue to hit that 3 ball.
McGill almost lost it. Drops the shoulder, offensive foul drawn by Rory Harmon.
Rory Harmon does a really good job of staying in front of Liv McGill. She has a nice little hesitation fade back, and then she takes it head on, the charge. You can see here on the drive to the basket. She knows the shoulder's coming. She bodies up enough, takes a little flop back. It's the off arm that got Liv McGill that time.
That's her 5th, and that's an area of the game where they want to see Liv McGill take that next step, is cleaning up some of those turnovers.
Yeah, and that's just, again, just awareness. You're trying to draw you're trying to draw the block, but by creating the contact first, it gets you that charge call.
And to that earlier thought too, this Texas team, they don't necessarily hit a lot of threes. You look at some of the previous national champions like Baylor under Kim Mulkey, UConn, of course, South Carolina. You don't necessarily have to be a three-point shooting team, and I think Schaefer alluded to that in the media availability this week. They've won 30-plus games the last 2 years. This rims out, and will stay down on this end. Belongs to Texas. Harmon into the corner, lead for three. Just short, and Gizeka the rebound. That's just the third three-pointer try by Texas. Taking a few more in the second half. And an offensive foul, as you said, on the moving screen. Another Florida turnover. Florida, multiple possessions now coming up empty. At this point in the game, this is where things got out of hand in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, this is where you have to really value every possession now, not just down the stretch in games, but it's in games like this in the third quarter. Right now, you cannot have those costly turnovers against the number 4 team in the nation. They will make you pay on the flip side. You have to value each possession and be careful. Set your screen, stay standard, make sure that pass is going to be there. Great shot over, another three-point shot for...
And this stick back by Oldacre, knocked loose. Florida's got it. Gators hit the gas pedal. McGill trying to weave it inside. Texas got it back, another turnover. Over the top, finds Lee, was tipped by Gizeka. Good defensive play. Lee fading away. Just short, and O'Neal the board.
By Florida, pass after pass. Florida finds that open player, and then the freshman, Nidic, able to finish. Good court vision here by Liv McGill, and then Layla Reynolds knows she has an extra pass that's made by the cut, and they get the foul.
Puts the freshman Nijang Yich on the free throw line, was a top 100 recruit coming into this program.
And that's just unselfish basketball by Florida. They're trying to find those open shots because Texas is doing such a great job defensively of shutting down some options. The first option might not be there. You got to look for the second and third option.
Yich puts in the free throw, so Florida's back within 10. Longhorns 0 for their last 7. They haven't scored in 2.5 minutes. What's got to change for them?
I mean, I think just the defense has changed a little bit. Florida's gone to a zone. They're going kind of man to zone, so being aware of that and making the extra pass to get a good look.
That's a good look for Madison Booker. I'm not sure there's really a bad one for the All-American.
Not really. She ran the baseline against the zone, and then Florida's going to turn the ball over again. But Madison Booker reads it well. She knows they're in a 2-3 zone, so she sneaks behind the defense to get a short corner shot. Texas is very patient with their offense, and they pass it around the perimeter and down. They're All-Americans.
Well, Vic Schaefer dispensing some extra wisdom after that play. Turnovers by Reynolds. This three off right. Oldacre got it back. Yes, and one. A three-point play for the Bird Orange.
Oldacre using her position down low against Niara O'Neal, has her on her back.
To play 3 top 6 opponents in 7 days. They played LSU on Monday, Texas today, and they'll have Vanderbilt on the road Sunday. This free throw misses out of the media timeout, and Yich picks up the board. Reynolds ran into a triple team. Yich back for Duckage. First minutes for the freshman. Scoops it short, but draws the foul. And the first year is going to the free throw line.
Mills Duckage immediately off the bench, trying to make an impact offensively. She's not afraid. She does not shy away from contact, whether that's offensive or defensively. I mean, you see right away she's going to go in and attack because she knows, hey, we've got to get some points. We've got to get to the free throw line. She's an aggressive player for Florida. Going to be fun to watch her grow in this program. A
freshman from Melbourne, Australia, drills the first. Went to the same Center of Excellence, that's the Australia Center of Excellence, same program as Alex Condon for the men's basketball team. Was part of that national championship crew on that side a season ago. Duckage good on both free throws, 12-point difference, 4:30 in the third. Too tall, Booker couldn't reel it in. Got it back on the second try. Breaks through, Booker finds Harmon. And it's those little things that make a big difference. Ball movement. Harmon to Crump. Feeds inside. Oldacre got tangled up, and the possession arrow favors the Longhorns.
He's got a help side defense by Florida. They don't allow Oldacre to just get an easy drop step to the basket. You see Mills Duckich is there to get her hands on the ball and get a jump ball, throwing her body on the line.
With 6 for Texas. Got to find somebody. Booker, the extra pass. Oldacre flicks it in off the heel.
And that's the unselfish basketball of Texas. Booker could have taken that shot, but she rises above in her shot, notices her teammate that's open at that SEC logo wherever she says, hey, that's a better shot. I'm going to give that ball up, give it to her, and they knock it down.
That's a foul on Justice Carlton. It's her second. It's the team's 5th, so we'll put Florida on the free throw line with 4 minutes in the 3rd. Layla Reynolds, one of Florida's better free throw shooters. Had a chance to develop this summer. The past previous All-American. Was really excited about her development coming into the year. It has been one of their most consistent in terms of being a mid-range guard. Finally had the full offseason to play after the prior summer was out with injury. He's had double figures in 3 straight games. Entering this one with the Longhorns today. This would put her at 5, and it does. If you're Florida, you got plenty of clock left, but how do you claw back into this game?
Lots of clock left. I was going to say, you need Layla Reynolds, I think, to get more involved in the offense, get some more offensive production from her with the ability to score at that 3 position in the mid-range game. But Florida's going to have to get other scores, I think, going.
It's 3. You bet. First for the Longhorns comes from Aaliyah Crump. Just her 2nd game back from injury. She has their first triple. McGill to the corner for Yitch. Just cross, and that'll induce another foul. This one also against Justice Carlton. It's her 3rd. Dzeko will check back in for Florida in place of Duckich. What does she do well as a defender? Alexia Dzeko.
Dzeko, she's a player. She's quick. She's aggressive. She knows how to get to the spot early. And she's not, she takes a lot of charges for this Florida team, and that's about reading the defense, because that's not just reading your player. A lot of times charges comes off help side defense to be able to see, hey, I'm in help side, I can time this, get a charge on somebody driving to the basket. Hey, I got your back. And she's quick. She's off.
Harmon. Crump. Back to Harmon. Longhorns looking for room. Judd for 3. An air ball. Fight for the board. Layla Reynolds got fouled by Madison Booker.
Florida staying in his zone. They want to try to protect that paint, because right now Texas is dominating the numbers in the paint. 44 points in the paint.
Well, this is one that Texas would love to have today, because it's going to get real tough over the next 5 games. Oklahoma, LSU, Kentucky. There's no days off in the SEC. Vic Schaefer said as much.
Yeah, you can see there's no days off. You see all those are ranked opponents, and you're stepping right into them one after the other after the other. You have to be ready. You have to be prepared. And each game, you've got to, learn from your mistakes and move on to the next one. Whether that's a win, on a win, you want to learn from those mistakes. On a loss, learn from mistakes. So you got to step up and move on.
Texas in the Final Four season ago lost to South Carolina. Looking for their 2nd national championship this year. I like their odds to do it. And Reynolds sinks the next. An 11-point game with 3 to go in the 3rd.
And Ryan, you talk about ways Florida to get back in this game. One of them, she is. You see it in that play. We've seen it in multiple plays here today, creating the separation that she needed to get the shot off.
Yitch barreling in, draws another foul. Florida chipping away on the charity stripe. Madison Booker, just the way she moves on the floor is impressive.
You can see she creates just enough space. She gets Yitch to step back just enough, and it's not an off-arm shove. It's just a light contact. Yitch maybe trying to cause the charge call, but she doesn't get it because Madison Booker is just so good at what she does. The junior knows, hey, I can create a little bit of space, get what I need, and drop it down. And now she has 20 points, 9 of 19 from the floor, does Booker.
Had back-to-back games with 24 against LSU and South Carolina. And if Texas is going to go out and get to another Final Four, win a national championship, Madison Booker is obviously going to play a big role in it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's going to go through her and how she's going to step up for her team, but they've got a lot of other players on the team. I mean, Harmon has 5 assists on the day. She gets her the ball. She gets Booker the ball where she wants it.
Offensive foul back to Florida. Gators haven't had a field goal in nearly 3 minutes. How do they turn their fortunes?
I mean, Texas did a really good job defensively of shutting down the first look Florida has. So you got to go through your progressions. The first look's not there. What are we going to do? Set another screen to find that second and third look, and then offensive rebound. Florida's got to get on those offensive boards and try to get more opportunities offensively on a miss.
O'Neal finds McGill, and a fading shot of her own falls. 10-point game.
Florida not going away in this game, keeping it within reach and striking distance with a lot of basketball left.
A whistle away from the ball, and that's 2 more shots for Texas, as both teams in the bonus.
So if you're Florida trying to get back in this game, you're down 10. The last thing you want to do is send Texas to the free throw line.
Longhorn unit that shoots 71% as a group. Aaliyah Crump, just her 2nd game back from injury, was one that brought a lot of excitement to this team. The number 5 recruit in the country. Has experience with USA basketball since 2022. Won gold with the U16 team. Missed 15 games with a foot injury. Her 2nd game back, seeing minutes for the Longhorns. Off the missed free throw, put back, no. Knocked loose, Yitch has got it. McGill finds Yitch for 3. Just short. And Booker an easy rebound.
Those are looks. Well, it's a good look. Florida has to have more people crashing the board. No one was there but Texas. Florida's got to get some people on the boards offensively.
Gators have been out-rebounded in all but one of their SEC games. That was against Missouri in the win. It's 3. You bet. What a second for Aaliyah Crump.
And while Texas hadn't been hitting him, Crump knocks it down and then transition. This is what Florida needs to do. Push it in transition. If they make it, get it out of the rim, get it out of the net, out of bounds, and push it right back out to Texas before they can set up their defense.
Layla Reynolds wasting no time, cuts it back to a 12-point game. Gators 4 of their last 5, Longhorns 5 of their last 7. Into the final minute of the 3rd. Booker, back wide, finds Harmon, dumps in Oldacre, and she gets fouled.
There were 4 Florida players down there trying to stop Oldacre from going up strong with the ball, and they end up fouling her down low, but she just demands that type of presence down low. O'Neal trying to stay straight up, but they sent 4 to her because they know how detrimental she can be down low.
She's been a force. The 6'6" center, Kyla Oldacre, is now at double figures in 4 of her last 5 SEC games with the 10 she's had today. A chance to get to a dozen here. What's made her so difficult to defend for the Gators?
I mean, you can see getting her position. She's getting the position she wants down low early. Florida's going to do a better job of pushing her off the block, but it doesn't start when she gets on the block. It starts at the free throw line when she's working her way down the court at that first hash mark. Push her off with an arm bar. Don't allow her to establish that position that she wants, because she's so good at getting that position, whether she's going to spin on you and get a seal, or it's just going to be, hey, give me the ball right now, and I'm just going to power it up because you're behind me.
A little bit of pressure on Liv McGill. To Godfrey. Reynolds drives in and scores down the baseline.
That's the aggressive drive Florida needs from Layla Reynolds. Yara O'Neal is occupying that far side block. They can't help off her because they know Layla Reynolds will just dump it down to her for an easy 2 points. So it's a kind of one-on-one defense, and Layla Reynolds took the advantage.
Harmon got tangled up and fouled, and is invisible paint on the floor. A hard collision with Miara O'Neal. Well, this is the last thing you want to see. A very talented Rory Harmon is still down for Texas. She'll get to her feet, but
you can see driving to the basket, just kind of goes right into Florida's defense, trying to set a little bit of a trap. But good to see her just kind of walking it off.
One of the most outstanding players in this program's history, was the first ever. Get to 1,300 points, 700 assists in a single career. And we asked about Tavik Schaefer. When Texas is at their best, what does that look like? And a lot of it came back to the guard play. And it starts with players like Rory Harmon. Because it's not just the bigs who can get inside and score for the Longhorns. It's about the ability for those guards to distribute and be involved.
Yeah, and I mean, Rory Harmon is so good at getting into the paint, drawing defense over, dishing it down. She's a selfless player. She's going to give her bigs the ball, but she gives it to them in a position to score. They don't have to get out of their stance. It's right into the movement that they want.
McGill floats it up, and it's off the glass. McGill trying to find Piatti, tipped in the air. McGill somehow scraped it out. Under 10 for Florida. Got to get a shot off. McGill got fouled off the screen, first by Texas in this fourth quarter. They'll get Kyla Oldacre. That's her third foul.
And when you look at the third quarter, Ryan, it was Texas had 25 points, Florida had 22, but Texas had 19 attempts, Florida only had 7. Where did that difference come from? It was the free throw line. Florida got to the free throw line where they were 11 of 14 in that third quarter.
Gators finding a way to hang around, even if on the fringes. Reynolds goes down, and that's a travel.
And they had to find a way because Texas is doing such a good job defensively of limiting the looks that they're getting. I mean, they only had 7 attempts from the field in that third quarter, but yet the points were still there. So Florida knows, hey, we've got to be aggressive. We've got to get Texas in foul trouble early in order to get to the foul line so we can get free throws.
One of the most tenacious defenses in the country. And when you think about a potential tournament run for this Texas team, that is one of the big pieces of their identity that makes them such a contender.
Oh, absolutely. And while they don't particularly shoot exceptional from the three-point line, we've seen they can knock it down. But when you don't shoot well from the three-point line, you've got to have that other X factor, and that's their defense, because they can turn you over, and they get those points that they're going to trade. Like, hey, if we get up a three, we're going to turn you over more times and get. You're going to limit your possessions to be able to shoot the three because we're turning you over, and then we're scoring when we get those turnovers. Where they have 16 points off turnovers today.
Meanwhile, that foul was against Rory Harmon, her first. Ooh, ripped away by Oldacre, but another foul. And just like that, one of the big forces inside, Kyla Oldacre, has 4 fouls.
Oldacre getting a little bit too aggressive, trying to rip that ball through. Also brings Piatti down with her, so she gets that foul. So now you have Oldacre with 4 fouls, and you have Miara O'Neal with 4 fouls for Florida.
Inbound for Kenesha Godfrey.
And if you're Florida, Texas didn't get the sub in quick enough, and unfortunately you get a 5-second call, but if you could have gone right at her, she's going to kind of back off a little bit because she'd want to get that 5th foul, but you either get maybe an easy 2 points or you get her 5th foul because they don't sub quick enough.
Yeah, so off that 5-second, back to Texas. Harmon, good find. Instead, we'll go back outside. Lee, pivoting around, and flicks it home.
So creative and patient with the ball. It goes one way, it's closed off. She's patient with the ball, she goes the other way, closed off. And then she finally finds what she wants and knocks it down.
Godfrey. Reynolds. Down the lane, tough shot, won't bank, rebound Texas. It's Rory Harmon. Up the floor, Lee's open. 3 ball is short. Seen Texas get a little bit more aggressive from three. McGill, good find by Godfrey. And Florida's point guard has the bucket.
That's a great find by Godfrey. She's getting pressured up. She has two people on her. Liv McGill goes to an area where
Texas, a strong second quarter after being down 3 early. They found their rhythm.
Pass. What a great find. And then Booker with a steal in the hustle. Trying to get a steal on Florida. Dives on the loose ball.
And it's a turnover.
That's the sacrifice. She gets a tip on the ball. She can't get it, but she's going to go ahead and dive on the floor. She gets it back for her team. You can see this previous possession, the help over. There's no backside drop for Florida. Florida's gonna have to have a backside help. You gotta help the helper. Yeah, she says good court vision. Yeah, they're seeing it really well right there. That's a great pass and a good finish when the defense doesn't help the helper. It's gonna be open every time. Good read by Texas.
There's been so many plays where Texas has done that today. What makes their inbound defense so good?
Well, they draw it over, and all eyes are on a drive to the basket because they want to protect it because you have so many threats. Texas has so many threats to score, but they're also very unselfish.
Booker through traffic, got the bucket.
And then yeah, Booker. Give her the ball and she scores.
It's just unreal what she's been able to do. Madison Booker at 22 points, 6 off a career high. McGill. Reynolds into the corner for DeZecco. Back to McGill, under 10. Liv McGill almost lost it. Shimmies through, wheels it around, and turns it over. Was looking for Miara O'Neal in the post.
That was a really good look at Florida's defense, the way they take care of their business. They guard their player the way they need to. You see Madison Booker, she's guarding her player, but she gets a little hand in on Liv McGill. So she kind of...
Just cleaning up the turnovers, and they've taken advantage of Florida's. Longhorns had a whole host of them early, had 7 through the first quarter, just 5 since. Booker, under 10, straight away, Crum, you bet, her third three-pointer.
Big hit, big find. Booker didn't like what she had first up, but she knows, hey, I got my three-point shooter at the top of the key. I'm going to give it to her.
And a steal for Madison Booker, breaking away and adding to her total.
Doing it all tonight, 24 points on 11 of 21 shooting and a force a timeout by Florida.
A 9-0 run for the Longhorns. 3 back. She said 3 threes. If these Longhorns can find a little bit more support from deep, how scary is that prospect?
It's going to be real scary. But the way that they play defense, the way that they can score in the paint, I mean, 52 points in the paint, and we still got 5.5 minutes left.
Hook won't go for Reynolds. Weathersby draws a foul on the way down.
And so if you're Florida, you got to still look to attack, and that's what they look to do. Jade Weathersby, someone for Florida who's come off the bench in previous games and been a real threat offensively. She has the ability to score and to score quickly.
Cunningham picks up her 4th foul. And it's tipped around. O'Neal got it. And inbound defense continues to be a problem.
I was going to say, Texas, just nothing easy. If it's underneath out of bounds, it's not easy. If it's half-court defense, we're not going to make it easy for you. We're going to make you go through all your progressions.
Weathersby driving the lane, hits the heel. That'll stay with Florida. Those kind of little details make a huge difference when you're trying to compete at the level that Texas is at.
And it's not just that you don't let up at any point in the game. You continue to do what you do best, and that's what Texas is doing. They're not letting up defensively, even though they have a pretty sizable lead right now. They're not saying, hey, we're going to give anything easy to you. We're going to make you work for everything. And Florida's having to do that. They've probably got to try to find themselves at the foul line, but you can't turn the ball over like that against this Texas team.
It's Florida's 20th turnover. Gators have been up and down in that regard this season. It's been better overall than a year ago where the Gators were 2nd in total turnovers in the SEC. Lee's open, baseline 2, bounces out. And a foul on the floor.
That's going to be on Jade Weathersby. It's a hold on a rebound. The jersey got pulled a little bit on the rebound, and she gets called with it.
To play like this, how big is that for the Longhorns?
Florida needs. You get the ball quick, you push it up, you don't allow that Texas defense that's so hard to, in the half court, to set up. See right here, just a tip, high hands, you get the tip in, Liv McGill sees it, After Layla Reynolds gets a tip, she said, hey, I'm going to give it back to you. Good hard work getting that tip, giving me the ball, and then in transition finishes with contact. See the bench liking what they see.
Layla Reynolds, her 4th straight game in double figures. And she's got a trail on that trip. Crump hooks it home. A great follow by the freshman guard. How about it? McGill accelerates and puts it in. Brianna Preston is coming for the Longhorns. And she'll run point for Texas. She missed about a month of the non-con. Crump wheels around. Couldn't bank it. Get back. Cunningham, yes.
Cunningham, good position on ball, and Texas gets an easy 2.
No, couldn't get it in for McGill. Would have been a highlight reel play if she got it. Wheeling in, great acceleration. Preston couldn't get it to the cup. That change of speed was really impressive from the sophomore guard.
Texas, they've got a lot of weapons offensively. You see coming off the bench, still that change of speed, change of direction, finding people. A good pass by Florida.
Great find, Layla Reynolds puts it in. We were talking with Vic Schaefer at shoot-around, and we asked, all right, you're down 3, final seconds, who are you giving the ball to? He shrugged and said, I got a lot of weapons.
And we've seen it tonight. They do have a lot of weapons that can score the ball and score it at will. But also, again, and I think it's the unselfishness. What a great lob pass by Lee, right into Cunningham's hands. And that's why it's hard to guard down the stretch, because, hey, they could give it up, and they're confident in each other to knock down the shot.
Long pass from Induti. Texas, 15 assists today as a team. Reynolds. Pivoting in. Not a lot of real estate, but she's got a foul. And they'll get Aaliyah Crump for it.
Reynolds, that's a move that she likes. She gets the defense on one side, steps through and around, and when they're recovering back, she gets the foul.
They'll put Florida on the free throw line. Gators will head on the road this Sunday to face Vanderbilt, who's been one of the most impressive teams this year in the SEC. Michaela Blakes has been a breakout star. What are your impressions of the Doors, Brittany?
I mean, they're really, really good right now. They're hard to beat. I mean, you can see South Carolina giving them their first loss there, and I mean, putting it on them. But I mean, I'm impressed with what they have done at Vanderbilt in really kind of a short little time.
Picked 7th in the preseason polls for the SEC. Now you look up, and they're an SEC championship contender for the regular season.
And they're a team also, too, it's hard to guard.
And Gators will have that task this upcoming weekend, as Vic Schaefer's going to spend a time out here. Trying to avenge that 10-point loss at Auburn on their home floor. Lee dings it off the iron. And a rebound for Liv McGill.
Florida missed. Itch running down the floor open.
Lost it there, another turnover.
Mitty Itch does a really good job of running the floor. No one picked her up, but Texas just getting in the passing lanes. I guess Florida could not see her open down the floor. Another.
Preston got fouled by Liv McGill. If you're Florida, obviously you'll want to clean up the turnovers. They've had 21 today, but what else are you focusing on going into that road game against Vanderbilt?
Protecting the paint. You don't want to give up as many points as you have in this game. And, Vanderbilt, a team that can knock down from outside, but also inside the arc. And so you want to establish, defense early in transition. Find early, push them off, whether that's, guards or post players. But I think, you want to have more less turnovers, but have more turnovers in the sense of getting more steals and turning the other team over.
Off the miss, Piatti grabs it. Yitch barreling in, got blocked. Loose ball, somehow trickled it outside.
really great block. Was that by Cunningham?
It was.
Yeah, it's nicely read.
Piatti weaving around. No two-pointer for the freshman. And Texas will slow it up a bit. Great extra pass, and Crump's got the two-pointer. Aaliyah Crump, in all but one of her appearances, has had double-digit points. Liv McGill flicks it in.
Nice way to get back, and finds the easy 2 points.
Preston trying to zing it inside. Cunningham got fouled. Back to Aaliyah Crump. Missed 15 games with a foot injury. To have all that rest time off and then play your first minutes of SEC basketball and put up double figures in back-to-back games, how impressive is that to you?
I mean, it's really impressive. As a freshman, she's a player. You can see she is. She comes in confidently. 14 points tonight. She had 12 the previous game out, but it's the confidence that she shoots with. And it's efficient. 5 of 7 from the floor, 3 of 4 from the three-point line. And Texas is going to need her to shoot like that, come into the game, especially in the stretch that they have next, and knock down threes for them.
Yeah, if her and Lee can be three-point shooting factors, you think about what that can open up for a team like Texas. They're so good inside. A lot of that is the style of basketball they play, but just a little bit of a bump in that three-point shooting. They start to feel really good. The crowd's going crazy because they just won empanadas from a local Cuban restaurant.
Missed 2.
I thought it was just one of the two, which would have been maybe a little too easy. Weathersby. Got denied. And Texas's defense is different. Cunningham with the swat.
Cunningham with another swat. Just never letting up. There's 20 seconds left in the game, and we are not letting up because you have to play, from the tip to the last horn sound.
Texas down 3 after the first. Since then, all Longhorn dominance. Dukic finds Weathersby. Got denied again. Under 10. Dukic to Piatti. Back outside, Weathersby with 2. Finds a little real estate and puts one in. And Texas can run this one out.